In today's fight news, we start off with BKFC superstar Mike Perry calling for a matchup with former UFC title contender Darren Till. Platinum Mike Perry took to his Instagram account later after his fight to again call out Darren Till, saying that this is a matchup that's long overdue due to some unforgivable things that Till said in the past. He also called out the other champions in the division, saying that they don't, quote-unquote, move the needle, and he said he's ready to fight for a title at 185. Perry's dance partner for Knucklemania 4, Thiago Alves, said in the post-fight press conference that he's, quote-unquote, going back into retirement. The fighter had lost his mother just a few weeks prior to the main event at BKFC. Following his impressive knockout victory in this past weekend's UFC Vegas 91 event, Alex Perez says that his friends can no longer call him Pillow Hands, saying that they used to always call him that and they can't anymore. Mateusz Nicolau also had something to say following his devastating knockout loss at UFC Vegas 91. He took to his social media to thank his friends and his family and said that he will bounce back like he has in the past. As we reported in yesterday's episode, Charlie Arnault became the first woman in UFC history to announce an event. She took over mid-event when the ring announcer got sick and had to step away. This was what she had to say about the experience. "I'm not a person who lacks confidence. I've got plenty of it, but I was scared. I was scared of messing up. And if it hadn't have been for the wonderful people that pushed me, I don't know if I would have ended up doing it." While doing an interview with Lerta Viana, light heavyweight champion Alex Perriera had this to say when asked if he thinks his legacy has surpassed that of Israel Adesanya. "Honestly, I don't know. You have to see the criteria they use. Adesanya made several title defenses. I couldn't defend the middleweight belt, but there are things that if I did, I was double champ. He tried to be double champ, but couldn't." Perreira's most recent opponent, Jamal Hill, says that he favors Magomed Ankalaev in a possible matchup with the champion, stating, "Magomed's stance is a problem for Perreira. Perreira doesn't fight well against southpaws. Magomed's a southpaw. Magomed also can come with a very grapple-heavy approach, as well as he picks decent shots and he is capable on the feet. I'd probably favor Magomed." While speaking to MMA Arcade, former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker was asked his thoughts on the former champion Sean Strickland and his possibility of getting the rematch with current champion Dricus du Plessis. "I don't think the UFC loved him as a champion, so I don't think they are gunning for that rematch." Lightweight star Paddy Pimblett recently responded to a couple of call-outs from both Bobby Green and Renato Moicano. In regards to Bobby Green's UFC 300 post-fight win call-out of Pimblett, this is what Paddy had to say. "Bobby Green screamed my name on the mic after it. Didn't surprise me, know what I mean? He might be ranked, but he's got no followers, and he needs me, just like everyone else. They want to fight me because they know I'm the boy. Bobby Green's an option. If Bobby Green wants it, I'm there." The baddie also responded to Renato Moicano's UFC 300 post-fight interview. He said that he doesn't have any issues with Renato. He thinks he's actually a cool guy, and he thinks he's funny, and he thinks that build-up to that fight would be hilarious. And he says it would be even better if the two of them hosted a season of The Ultimate Fighter. Ahead of his UFC St. Louis co-main event, Walken Buckley posted a video on his social media in which the fighter is showing all the training partners that he's using in preparation for 6'5" Nursultan Roziboev, showing that all the fighters are at least 6'1" and above. In other fight news, Paul Hughes has officially signed to fight in his Bellator debut on June 22nd at the 3 Arena in Dublin, Ireland. Hughes' opponent will be Hawaii's own Bobby King. While sitting down with Bill Maher, UFC president Dana White says that in the 30 years of the UFC, there has never been a fighter who has died in the octagon. He compares this to boxing, where he says a handful of fighters die every year. When asked why that is, he says that the UFC pays good money to make sure the fighters are both healthy beforehand and after the fights. And lastly, interim heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall recently showed a picture on his Instagram account of himself looking pretty taken back with the following caption: "When you find out you have to scrap with someone at 5 a.m. This is in reference to the UFC recently announcing that the UFC 304 Manchester event will actually start when it would normally start in Las Vegas, which would make it at 2 a.m. in the morning.